Presentation for our project 691, and our project topic is digitization of student service request management. And my name is Chidima Okoye. I'm going to introduce my colleague.
I'm Milan Salve.
And it's Milan.
And I'm Kamala Sal.
My name is Razu Kimide.
So for the task of digitization of student service request management, we have been given the task to digitize the MIT website. And for this digitization, we have the task management, the incident management, and the request management. And we are doing the request management. So our client's name is Mr. Austin Vijayani Andawa, and our company name is Melbourne Institute of Technology, and our project supervisor is Dr. Gassan Kaba. So our project overview is going to contain our client requirements, our project designs, our high-level designs and all that, our designs approach, our interface design, limitations and conclusion, and then our references. So I'll be bringing in Milan to take over from me. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Now I'm going to present the client requirement. So we have given the task to digitize the services for the MIT, and our client requirement is that they need a request management system where they can expect the request from the staff, internal staff, end user, students, etc. And the staff will be processing the request, and the department head will be responsible for monitoring the services. He can add, delete, or update the services. Also, the senior management will be responsible for monitoring, monitor the requests, the number of requests coming, the number of the requests which have been served, and the status of the request. And this is the holistic diagram of our project design. So
please enlarge that if possible. Click on it and then increase the sound.
Little bit decrease.
Yeah.
So every user, such as general manager, admin, staff, or any user, everybody should log in first. Should come to the website page and then they can log in. And after their correct credentials, after the correct credentials, they'll be logged into the request management page, and for everybody should log in, and then they will get their own interface like staff, admin, SOD, and the general manager. They will have their own interface. And these are the list of the design approach which we have presented here. High-level diagram from admin perspective, from HOD, general management perspective, staff perspective, and from the end user perspective. Now my friend Anish will present that.
Good morning, my friends. I'm presenting the design approaches. It's from the admin level. First, login will be done, and if it's approved the login, then it just goes to admin account, and if it's invalid, it just goes to the login page. And after the admin account, there is the options processing, and the admin can have three options after the clicking the option processing. One is to modify the service, another to categorize the uncategorized department of the request, and third is to monitor. After modify, if admin wants to add, update, or delete some options are in the department, just modify it and directly goes to log out. And as far as the monitor, he monitors the request and it just goes to log out. And when it gets the uncategorized request, admin categorizes it and it just goes to option A, which means stuck for the processing. And it's from the staff perspective, the authentication is same. When the staff login, it just goes to the staff account, and staff reviewed the services which was requested, and the service will be processed and they will generate the report which goes to B, C, and D. B means admin, C, HOD, and D general manager. And if the report is generated, then the staff send the notification to the user about whether the service is fulfilled or complete or not complete. And this is from the general manager perspective. When the login is successful, it just goes to a GM account, and general manager have two options: to view the report of overall and to view the report of individual, whether it's complete, ongoing, or the processing. And when the GM goes to the request report to see the overall request, they just go to the database of this department and see the general report. And when it just to the overall report, the report will show three options like total report, completed report, ongoing report. And if it's ongoing, then it will be make action. Then it just goes to A. A means the end user. Means staff, sorry. And this is the perspective of end user. When students or staff and users log in, they just have option select request. If it's the general request, they just go to option B. And if it's for the predefined request, like if it's categorized request, it just shows standard or basic. Standard means emergency request. If it's emergency or basic request, it just goes to A. A means staff for the processing, and B means admin. And when it's categorized by admin, it transfers to the A, staff for the processing, and staff processing it and request completed. After the completion of the request, it just sends the notification and shows the status. And the final one is head of department. Head of department has two options. One is to check the report, and another to browse existing requests and evaluate and monitor it. After the login of the department, it just shows two options. Check report, it means the overall report of the specified department like finance or general. And if it's checked, then if it's completed, the HOD read the request. If it's complete, how much are complete, and if it's not completed, in progress, then the head of department evaluate it and make action and send it to staff for the processing. Now my friend Kamala will discuss about the interface.
So, good morning everyone. So I will be discussing about the interface. That means how will the user will show when they make a request. So this is the after logging into the MIT website, the user will be coming to the home page of the MIT, and this will be the icon where he will be clicking for the requesting the services. And after clicking here, this will lead to another page, where there will be two options for the MIT staff and for non-MITians. That means for other people. So when MIT staff click in the MIT, then that will lead to the login page, and I am going to present about the example of the admin when he log in, what will be seeing in his own desktop or laptop or dashboard, we can say simply. And after that, this is the logged in of the name of the logged in user, that is admin name and his identity. And there will be a icon that means the processing, and it will have three categories, that is modify service, categorize the services, and monitoring the requested flow. And I'm showing after he click the modify service, what will be appear in his dashboard. He will be having three options. That will be add services, update services, or delete services. After clicking in the After clicking in the add services, he will be provided a separate attribute where we will have to fill up some forms and what services he want to add. So that will be added in coming week. Similar to the update services and delete services. And next. And this is like if he goes to the categorize, what will he be able to see in his dashboard. So assign the category of the request. That means on an uncategorized request, he will be seeing related to the student, whether it is related to the certificate, and it will be sent to the respected department. And this is the monitoring process of the admin. He will be simply provided the option whether he want to view in a graph or in a bar chart like that.
Is that the progress?
Yeah, request monitoring flow. So this is the monitoring of the request flow. This is only the sample form. We are working, we'll be implementing that admin will be able to view the monitor flow in this format so that he can easily know what is the peak point of the request flow and what is the low point of the request flow. So this is for the MITNs. What happens if non-MITNs click on that icon? We will be simply provided a hyperlink website, you can say, and after clicking in that, a form will be appear. This form, and where he has to put his name, phone number, email address, and date, and file, whether he needs that file or what type of file he need to be uploaded. And here is the we can't say clearly, but it means is it necessary like basic or standard? Basic means it can take maybe completed in 2 weeks, and standard means they will charge some amount of the money, and they will be doing that in urgency. So another is research method that will be explained by my friend Raju Kimile. Thank you.
Thank you, Kamala. So I'm going to present about the research methods that we are going to use in the next step, that is for MN692 encapsulation project, the implementation phase of the same project. So in MN692, so we are basically like, till now what we have done is like we have researched many literature reviews and similar kind of works, similar kind of digitization work that have already been done. So we have researched those materials, and we have implemented like a few things from like many of such literatures. And we are going to use some of the open source software, for example, C# language script, Microsoft Valor, and Adobe Photoshop, like Adobe Photoshop, Lucidchart, and Windows 10 operating system. And apart from that, we will be using some hardwares, like we will be using our own laptops, or like we can say the desktop, where we will be operating. Where we will be like working individually, like for execution of the project. And the limitations and the conclusion, so it includes some of the processes are still manual. So the back-end process, like the Kamala has already explained about the uncategorized request, which will be handled by the admin. So the admin at the back end, he or she will be like handling such uncategorized requests that are coming from the end users. So we are still unable to like manage it automatically. So it has to be handled manually, and we have got very limited budget, and we are only using the open source software, which may or may not be available tomorrow as an open source. So it can be like it might be. Since we are using Microsoft Valor and the C#, they might not be available for free in near future. So it's a limitation as well, and the interface design might face So the interface design which she has presented with, so that's our plan. But in later when we are working on it, we might face some problem. So there might be like compatibility problem while taking those aspects to the mobile applications. So a few of the users, they might want to put the request from their mobile. We can't say that everyone will be using laptop or desktop, so the resolutions and other aspects might pose limitation, you know. So the interface design might face some limitation during its execution phase, and the external entirety. So this is one of the problem, still one of the problems. So we can say that we can say that everyone who wants to put a request is good at technology. So they might or may not be knowing how to use laptop or how to process going through a website and putting a request in an online module. So such people, it might be our parents. So who are still like who still do not know how to operate laptop or how to put any request. So in such case, we have no other option rather than going manually. So such people have to go manually. They have to come to the reception and like they have to proceed like and the person will help him to execute his request. So that was our limitations and that's our references that we have used. So that's about our presentation for today of MN691. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The Swift